Hey everyone, it's Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, and today I have a tutorial to do this waterfall folio that I did with the Photo Plays, is it Sweet as Honey? I don't know, something like that. And I also did it in a Christmas version during Christmas time, and I thought I did a tutorial on this, but I can't find it on the folios that I did do, so we'll just do it again. That way you guys have it if it's not out there, but it is it's a quick folio. These waterfall folios, where the original idea came from Ginger, from my sister's scrapper, and it just has evolved over the years. It's just great for scraps. So it's perfect once you do a bigger project, then you have pieces left over, where typically you have a waterfall here and then usually a pocket is on this side. But I did add a stacked waterfall to this just to use up some of the longer pieces that I had. So we will just get into it before I melt away, because as you guys know, oh, Tiff is dying over here. Oh, and oh gosh, I'm dying and I don't even have any of my lights on. So let's see if that will make a difference. I'm just gonna, before the sun comes out, I will open the blinds up a little bit. Okay, so I have a piece of, it's a 12 by 12 that I cut down just on one side to 10.5. So it's 12 this way, 10.5 this way. And it's only because my chipboard that I'm using, again, scrap pieces of chipboard left over from other projects. So sometimes I have it at 9 inches, but like this one, it's 8.5. And typically it's either 4 or 4.5 is what I'll use. And then for the spine on this one, this is 3/4 of an inch, but I have done an inch as well. So it is totally up to you. Like on the Christmas one, let me show you. This one has a 1-inch spine versus 3/4 inch, but there was a lot of room in between here, so I like the smaller spine, unless I added a page in the middle here, which you can do. I've done that before too. I've done 2 pages in the middle, so totally up to you. Do it however you want, but I'm gonna hurry up and get through this sucker, because you guys know I forgot my ice cubes, so you know it's a little toasty in here. And it is Monday early morning. Thought I'd hurry up and get this over with before it gets to 111 degrees. So let's see if we can get through this. So first I'm going to, just as my guide, score 1 inch. And it won't be, I think once I put it on here, it won't be totally even on the other side 1 inch, but it'll be close. And I have done it where, so if you do a larger spine, oh my goodness, if you do a larger spine, you will have smaller measurements on the sides. And again, that is okay. It still will wrap the chipboard. It is not that big of a deal to be 1 inch all the way around. So we are just going to get this on there. I'm using those score lines. I flip it to the side that has the bump from the score lines. And again, we're just going to lay that out so I know what pieces are next. And this is totally your preference on if you want a 1/8 inch gap in between, or some people like a 1/4 inch. This weather has really messed up my alone time in the house to craft for 4 days. I did not get to do hardly anything that I wanted to do. I was hoping to have one more tutorial done, which I might attempt to do later tonight. See if I can get that going, but And our house is still, it got down to 83. And my sister, who is so protective of me, didn't like that I didn't have an AC, and she found one somehow yesterday. So I do have a portable AC, but I mean, it works and I could stand in front of it and cool down. But our house, I have really high ceilings. And so, yeah, it's not getting it totally cool, but at least it's keeping it from getting blazing hot. So we might have to, today, move it up to the main bedroom and just camp out there today. So we will see how it goes. Because this weather, I don't know how you guys do it. I know you guys do it because you have AC. Like in Arizona and Texas and everywhere. But then you don't want to be outside. Like you're just like cooped up in your house because it's so hot. Or maybe you guys do, because maybe you're just used to it and it doesn't faze you. But for me, whew, no thank you. I enjoy our, 70, 75 degree weather most of the time, and that's pushing it. I'm good with just 70 and a little breeze. That's where I like to play. So here's what this looks like. I did kind of slap this down so it is a little like crooked, just a little bit, but again, once I fold it, it doesn't matter. We're just going with it. So I'm still going to use the 1-inch tape, even though I know it's not completely 1 inch all the way around. I'll just fold over the adhesive. Oh, Tiffany, you have got to move faster. Whew! Is anyone else hot out there? I'm sure all you guys probably have AC and you're good. And I think in, I don't know, like an hour, I have to go pick up my husband from the airport because he's done with his trip. So it'll be back to a loud, noisy house, But my dog, she has been pouting the entire time that he's been gone. And I'm not joking. The entire time. Just a pouting. Okay, so we're just burnishing this down, and then I'm gonna just miter the corners here. Again, you could use a ruler. You can create your own little guide with 2 pieces of chipboard stuck together. So I'm just going for it. Okay. And again, I'm just kind of bending the paper. So we'll get those fibers loose. And I'm just using 65-pound cardstock for this. It's really simple. Okay. And we are just pressing down and folding over. There we go. Now we're going to do the other side. I don't know why I can't rotate it like this. I have to do the opposite sides when I'm folding them over. I have no idea why I do that. It's really weird and it actually wastes time, but yep. Okay, so we have that one down. I could see my corner a little bit. Had a little bit too much on there. So I'll take that off. I'm going to fold them in. Just a second here. Just throwing this squirt tape all over the place. And oh my goodness, my craft room is so hot because I have all the doors closed to all of the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the laundry room, to try to keep the cool air at least in the main family kitchen area. Don't know that it's working very well, but I do know it is really hot in here. Okay, so we're gonna fold this over just checking my corners as we're going. I definitely like doing it like this. So see, there's just a little bit of score tape, no big deal, because we're going to cover it. I press that down. Make sure I can see the corners. Just need to be mitered a little bit more there. Okay. And that is down. Now we're just going to burnish it all. And I do on my covers, I like to have really crisp edges, so that's why I like to press it in to the tape or glue as I'm folding. Okay, so we have that, and then we are, let me find, I don't think I brought it over here, but I want my wider tape for the spine. So again, making sure that we have adhesive, whether it's tape or glue, around the spine and then on the edge of the cover to make sure that when we go to fold everything up, it does not bubble, because it will bubble. Just telling you. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me grab my other one. Let's see if this works. And I do have all sizes of score tape. I love score tape. And I'll just add a little bead of glue to that. And I did the same thing on my last tutorial where this was the one piece that I forgot to grab. So I will get a little piece of scrap paper. I need it to at least be like 8 inches. So and it has to be as wide as that. So perfect. That's what we're gonna do, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue around the edges. So I always just make it a little bit shorter, like an 1/8 inch off of the size of my album. You could do a 1/4 inch, totally up to you. But it has to be obviously as wide as the spine and the sides where you have your tape. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue here where we didn't have, because I'm telling you, you do not want anything sticky. Okay, and then we are going to put that down right there. Burnish that down. There we go, and I just take my little, it all works. And it'll all be covered up. And then we are just going to fold up our folio. Just kind of work it where it is. Get that down in there. And just where I had glue, just pressing that in. Flip and kind of find the groove and do the same, but don't press too hard because you do not want to go through your paper. So again, burnish it all down. Make sure the glue edges don't lift. Yep, and we are good. So there you go. There is that. Okay, now starting with this left side, what we need to have is a piece that is 4 3/4 by 8 1/4. Then we're going to score it a 1/2 inch, and you could either tape it down or glue it down. The next piece is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4, score it a 1/2 inch. And then the last piece, 3 3/4 by 7 1/4, score it a 1/2 inch. And that gives us our stacked waterfall on the side. So let me put my pen in my glue. And we will miter these corners. These are not the scissors I usually use for this, but they're here, so we're using them. And if you don't miter your corners, it's not a big deal. It just helps with some of the finishing touches, not to see all, you know, where all the work has been done. It's a little magic trick. Okay, so you're gonna fold that up. I really think I have like a bead of sweat on my lips. So gross. Ew. Okay. There's that one. And then the third one. So I always just do these off the book, and then I'll place the whole thing onto the book. So we are going to take this one, pull it out a little bit. Just helps line things up and not have to have sticky. You can mark where you want this, like, so it's totally even. Again, I'm just eyeballing. It's all good. But I know some of you are more OC than myself, and you want to have it perfectly lined up, and that is totally okay. You do you. Okay, so then the next one, again, just eyeballing. It's like 1/4 of an inch apart. So we're just sticking that one down. But I love making this folio. And like I said, you can add another page over this waterfall. There's a lot of things you could do. It really just depends upon how I do mine is based on the scraps. So then this is going to come here like that. So we're going to take this like so. And again, just take it all the way out to the edge. And this is a great project for a beginner too. Start with this, get the feel for it, and you don't waste a lot of paper if you mess up. It's perfect for a beginner. Okay, so we have that. And then, let's see, we do have, for the closure, so I just have a scrap piece of paper again where I do 1 inch by 3.5 and then score at 1/2 so that we can adhere this part down. But we will miter the corners, flip, go from corner in. We'll just take that off. And it is up to you. So, no, it really should be here. Because we don't have another flap or anything. When we go to do this part, it's just decorative paper or like the gold, so you can go ahead and put your flap down and you'll be fine. And you could again measure, but you don't want to go all the way to where the score line is. You want to come off of that just a little bit so it folds nice. And you can measure your center point with your Tim Holtz ruler if you want to. We're just doing that, and it's going to go like that. And we will see, because I want it a little bit straighter, so I'm just going to force it. There we go. Then 2 magnets, because you know your girl loves her magnets. But this doesn't have to be that kind of a closure. You could do a tie closure, which I like too. Totally your preference, what you want to do. And I'll take that off. I don't know why I didn't do the plus first, because that's usually what I do. As you guys know, I like to put my minus down. You can have that and close it. And then I did see someone did where they doubled this up and had the magnet on the inside of the black. So that's something you could do too. But if you're going to put decorative paper on there, again, think about the layers and how it might not work if you keep adding layers. So I just want to show you guys something. So on this one here, I did Michelle Allen's. You're going to hear me talk about it a lot, but I did Michelle Allen's waterfall method on here, but I did it with 11 by 17 cardstock. I have 11 by 17 cardstock. In case you're interested, you can get it on Amazon, but I have it in black, cream, and white for when I want to do bigger projects and I don't want to spend all the time doing a whole bunch of pieces and putting them together. So I'm going to show you what I do with my 11 by 17 cardstock, but I'm going to show you the other way too in case you don't have that. So we cut this down to 4.5 by 14. So it looks like this here, 4.5 by 14. And then you're going to score it at 6 1/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/4, and 7 3/4. Again, that is giving us our guidelines here. So I have where it's 6 1/4 and then so on like that. You can see where my adhesive is. This is the start of the waterfall. So this is one piece. My next piece is the inside of the waterfall and we're done. That's why I like this method. So 4 1/4 by 13, score at 6 1/4 and 6 3/4. So just so you guys can see it, this is what it looks like. I have the score lines on here. And I have my score tape, and you can do this all different sizes. If you don't have the larger, I just dropped my thing. Yes, I did. If you don't have the larger paper, then your waterfall would just have to be a little bit smaller if you wanted to do this method on other projects. Okay, so I just took that. Now I'm coming to my second score line, lining everything else up before I stick it down, making sure it looks good. Okay, so we have that down, and look, you have a 4-page waterfall. Boom. And then that just goes into the book with a flap that is 1 by 5, scored at a 1/2 inch, just like so. And you can have this shorter if you want to. It all depends upon the embellishments, but there's that. And then if you don't have that, then you're going to want to use a base, which I love to have a base, so that way I can decide where my whole entire waterfall is going and I know that they're all lined up. So my base is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Then you need 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 6 3/4 and score at a 1/2 inch on each of those. And I'm just going to show you, do not miter your corners on these. If you do, it's no big deal. It just, to me, looks better, but you know I've done it where I've mitered it just out of habit, and you just had to go with it. I should like get a t-shirt that says that. Or I could get a t-shirt that says, be sure to have ice cubes in your bra. If all else fails. I honestly think you guys are gonna die. Well, you're always dying on my channel. But I don't look at it a whole lot, like how many subscribers I have. But yesterday I had, when I was uploading, I just glanced up and I saw it. And I'm pretty sure after I posted my ice cube video, meaning the tutorial where I said that I put ice cubes in my bra to cool off, I think I lost 2 subscribers. I'm not sure, but I think so. Sorry if you guys didn't want to hear that, but you'll get the real deal with me. Okay, so you will do that 4 times, and then you will just place that in your book, like so. But I just want to show you, so it's just so simple. You can, I like to do, just as an element of surprise on the last page, I don't know why, but I like to do a pocket underneath. So we're going to, can't see, doing it that way. Nope, that is not straight. Okay. Okay, so let me show you on this one. You can do a pocket underneath the waterfall. Oh, no, it's not this one. I'll show you on the other one. That one is just regular. This has, oh, I'm all crooked for you guys. I'm crooked, so I'm assuming, you know, you guys want to see it all crooked. No, you don't. I just added my pocket after I did my mat. So it's totally up to you. You could do a pocket before your mat and then do all your paper. I did mine after. And then in the, let's see, the Christmas one, where I think, oh no, I didn't do a pocket on this one either. But usually I'll do a pocket under here. But let me show you. I did a pocket under, or not under, with a gusset on this one. So you can do it different ways. Totally up to you again how you want to do that. So just wanted to show you some different versions of what that looks like. But I hope this helped for you guys to make your own and have fun with this. Thank you guys for staying with me in this heat. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go get a wet towel and wipe my face. It's so gross. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully I will have another tutorial for you this week. So stay tuned. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so that way you can see future tutorials and the other projects that I make. Thanks for watching. Bye.